Okay, let's look at derivatives. So here's the definition, right? So f prime of x is equal to limit of the difference quotient f of x plus h minus f of x over h as h approaches 0, right? So remember that the slope of the tangent line can be found by taking the limit of a difference quotient. Alright, the before slope of the tangent line we're looking for was at the specific point x equals a. So that's why you have a slope of the tangent line is limit of f of a plus h minus f of a over h, right, as h approaches 0, right? But we can generalize this and maybe make a function out of it. So a function of slope of the tangent line at a general point x is going to be the derivative, right? So derivative f prime of x. So this is a notation, or you can say the derivative of f of x is defined as the limit of the difference quotient. Right, so let's use this definition to find the derivative. Right, so there's a process called four-step process to find the derivative. Right, let's look at this example. F of x is equal to 6 over x minus 2. Alright, and the first step is find f of x. So try to do one at a time. Alright, so what it says is that every time you see x, we're going to put quantity x plus h instead. Alright, so that's easy enough. So you have 6 here over. Now I see x here, so we're going to put x plus h instead. Then second term is minus 2. Right? And that's f of x plus h. So that's easy enough. Just to replace x by a quantity x plus h. All right. Step 2. We want to find f of x plus h minus f of x. All right. F of x plus h is found in step 1, so I'm going to just copy that. So it's going to be 6 over x plus h minus 2. Right? Then we have to subtract, and I'm gonna put a parenthesis here, right? So f of x is just the original function, so I'm just copy the formula, 6 over x minus 2. All right, so you have negative 2 here minus negative 2, so these guys definitely cancel out, so I'm gonna cancel these guys out. All right, and so what's left is 6 over x plus h minus 6 over x plus over x. Right? So both of these guys have 6 in it. So so there's a 6 here. Right? There's 6 here. So there's no point of writing it twice. So I'm gonna pull that out. So 6 is in front. Right? Then what you have is 1 over x plus h minus 1 over x. Alright, then I'm gonna put these together by taking the common denominator. So it's going to be 6 is outside, right? And common denominator would be just multiplication of these two guys. So it's going to be x plus h times x. Alright, so since we multiply x plus h by x, we have to multiply the numerator by x. So it's going to be x here. So sign is minus, right? Since we multiply x by quantity x plus h, we have to multiply 1 by x plus h. So quantity x plus h, right? Then we can cancel. There's a x here, x minus another x, so they cancel out. So what you get is it's going to be, right? So there's a negative sign here, so it's going to be negative. Okay, I'm going to combine this 6 6. Maybe I'll circle these so that I know I took care of this negative sign. I took care of this 6. And what's left is h here. Alright, so it's a negative 6h over quantity x plus h times x. Right? So that's the expression for f of x plus h minus f of x. Alright, and step 3. We're gonna try to compute the difference quotient. Alright, so the numerator is exactly the same as step 2, so I'm gonna copy that, then divide by h. Alright, so copy the result from step 2, so it's negative 6h over quantity x plus h times x, and then all over h. Right? Then you can see that there's h upstairs, so h, and there's h on the bottom, so you can cancel those. And what's left is going to be simply negative 6 on top over quantity x plus h times x. Right? So that's the expression for the difference quotient. Alright, the last step. So this is the f prime of x, right, which is the limit of the difference quotient. Alright, let's do that. So all you really have to do is take the result from step 3 and take the limit. So it's a limit of negative 6 over quantity x plus h times x as h approaches 0. Right? So we can see that h is going to 0. So this guy is basically going to disappear. Alright? Then what's left is there's going to be a negative sign. So it's going to be negative. So it's negative here. Negative sign. And there's 6 here. So we put 6 on top. Over, right, there is x right here times another x, so therefore we have x squared on the bottom. So the f prime of x is negative 6 over x squared. Right, so this is called the four-step process to find the derivative of a function. Right, so this was the definition of derivative, but the derivative is simply the limit of a difference quotient f of x plus h minus f of x over h as h approaches 0. Right, just like the slope of the tangent line. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.